Sorry, I'll record this. Like I said, I wanted to record everything for the YouTubes so that those who are unable to see this will be able to later on. So we got this recording now. But thank you again, Bubba, for the 30-month resub. Thank you. But it's crazy to sit and think that the time that we've been on Twitch just since Facebook, right, has been like 2.5 years minimum. I think that actually is about what it's been. I think we got within the first month or so, we got affiliate. So once we got affiliate, I think Bubba, you were the first sub. But yeah, it's crazy to think, right? Twitch has been 2.5 years, and then before that was like 5 years on Facebook, which is ridiculous to think about. I've been streaming for 7.5 years. What did we do, right? We built a dang good community over on Facebook. We got all the way up to 1,000. And then we came over here on Twitch and we got ourselves up to like 215. Cray going bye-bye? So, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Because I'm sure those that kind of understand by now, because I think this is what, the third one of these type of things I've done, you probably understand where it's going. So there's probably not going to be a lot of people that tune in, which is fine. There's no problems. We'll get to all of that because that is kind of one of the factors. But yeah, started on Facebook 7.5 years ago, and the goal for the stream and bringing the channel into the world was to provide an environment for people to relax and to meet new people, and if they were a little bit shy or they were a little, they to provide an environment where people that had a hard time socializing and interacting could feel comfortable and then could develop the skills needed to be able to socialize and to create friends and to create those communities and build from there. That was one of the goals of the channel. The other goal was just to showcase the silly craziness stuff that I encountered when I would play games by myself or I would solo through campaigns. I would always run through and have weird stuff happen. Skyrim is one of the ones that had a lot of weird stuff happen because of the ragdoll physics. Bubba, you're one of the community. Yes. We all have our own odd quirks. I have my own odd quirks. Boss Lady has hers. Everybody that is a part of our community has something odd about them, and that's what makes them unique, and that's what makes them amazing and great. But in the beginning, it's difficult if you haven't made friends, if you didn't have the confidence to embrace what you were. That was kind of the environment I wanted to provide, was something that you could be what you wanted to be and it would be okay, and then we could work through and build you up to the confidence level, not you in particular, but you as a viewer. We could build you up confidence wise to where then you could go out either into the world, or you could go to other streams or find other people, but you understood what you were and you were okay and embraced all of that. So it was not very social. That's kind of what I was saying. A lot of us aren't super social, and through the 7.5 years, we've developed and found a lot of people that in certain environments are extremely social, and in other environments are not social at all, or they're only willing to talk to their friends or whatever it may be, and other than that, they stand back and kind of let things happen. But that was the goal of the channel. That was what we did, and we got all the way up to 1,000 followers on Facebook, and it was tremendous. It was a huge milestone, and we began, I think at that point, we began to start to achieve what we wanted to do. We had made a lot of friends right? We met Pony, met Ravage, we met Mr. Phillip, which was Mountain Cat Gaming. He's changed, I think, a couple times. Shut Mountain, OPG, One Player Gaming, he still streams over on Facebook. If you guys are ever over there, he still streams every now and again, still on Minecraft. And we met some of their community as well. But we built all of that, and then from Facebook, we swapped over to Twitch to really provide you guys a better platform for interacting, because everything that we had on Facebook was all exclamation point stuff, right? Luck, Pigeon, roll D20, you know, and trying to get that 20 out of 20, coming up with the song, such like that. But going to Twitch, it provided a lot more of an engagement opportunity, right? Using channel points. You guys didn't feel like if you had to send money. You could, just by watching, build up the points to be able to interact at a higher level. And that's what I wanted. That's what I was going for, and that was the end reason why I switched back over to Twitch. We had a community that was strong enough to where we were able to get affiliate very quickly, which was amazing. And I think hitting affiliate is one of the hardest steps that a Twitch streamer specifically has to overcome. It's the hardest hurdle ever. Once you hit affiliate, you're gold. And what I mean by gold is that you don't lose affiliate status. Once you're affiliate, you just go, you cruise, and then now it's up to you and what your content provides to be able to push you higher. But getting over that hump, getting those 50 followers, getting that 3 average watch or average viewer watch is crucial. Stream for 7 days, that's easy, right? That's easy. We've all done that. But being able to achieve that, I think, is something that those that have started streaming within our community, that key milestone almost was overlooked because of how great of a job the Cray community did to help make sure that those who wanted to start streaming on Twitch could get affiliate quick, could get the numbers that they need. And that was in the beginning. That was when we were rocking. That was when we were running strong, the whole 9 yards there. Fast forward to now, a lot of it and a lot of that community, a lot of that engagement has dipped down quite a bit, right? We're not collaborating in any way really with anybody anymore, other than Bubba and Immortal occasionally when he's available. But we're not doing a whole lot of that. We're gaming, and a lot of that was due to my own personal mental just situation of understanding and seeing that, you know, we're not really growing. If we really want to grow, I've got to make a big, I gotta push. I gotta make this a big, big thing. I've got to go ahead. I gotta make those commitments, and I gotta make this a focus. When in reality, a lot of everything going on around me, and not just the house, but just my life outside of streaming was calling for my attention more and more and more, and I knew that was that place that I needed to be, and that this was something that had not reached a point where it could be a focus. I had no reason to make this a focus because I couldn't push it to a point where if I had to argue on a fact of why I'm not doing this thing in the real world, but I am doing this in the virtual world, why I'm doing that and why it's benefiting that real world, just wasn't there. So that's why we dipped back, right? We didn't worry as much about, collaborating or finding, other streamers or rating people or anything like that. We took a side step back. And As we took that side step back, it hit that plateau. We just relaxed. We hung out. We met a few cool people, and we built a little bit of the community. The core group is still rocking, it's still rolling, but it's not as apparent and it's not as interactive. That's the word I'll use. It's probably not the right word, but not as interactive as it used to be. We see X in here every now and again. That's because he's focusing on life, right? He's focusing on the things that are important to him. In his stream, he's handling his life. And it's great to see the fact that there aren't as many people from that core group that are in the chat, in our chat here. Because what that means is that their priorities have shifted and their lives have reached another point, right? They've reached a point now where, again, those focuses now have to be somewhere else. They don't have that time. X doesn't have days on days just open to him to do whatever, or to pull a stream up, or to stay up all night, 24, 36 hours, like we used to say he used to do, where we would say he never slept. He's not on GTA all the time doing crazy stuff because his life has shifted. His focus is elsewhere, and that is amazing. Goose is the same way. Maddie used to be around back in Facebook days. She's still handling her stuff and doing what she needs to do IRL. Pony is someone that used to be in every single stream. Fantastic gentleman. He married Boss Lady and I. Still, one of my greatest friends, realistically, IRL. Do I talk to him a whole lot? No. But do we need to talk a whole lot? No. Because he's handling his life. His life, now that he's moved Indiana, it's taken a lot and it's thrown a lot at him, and he's had to adjust where his focus is. So it's good to see that there's not a whole lot of people in here, because that means that everybody that was in here has found that next step, or has found a different step to focus on. And so that means, and this is what's I've been going through my head, and especially over the past couple months, really trying to weigh whether to keep the channel going, to keep streaming, understanding, we're not really going to go anywhere, and all I'm doing is just basically recording my gameplay for myself to rewatch or to be able to clip if I need to, or something, whatever it may be. Or do I step back and take my focus and put it where it needs to be, IRL, to make sure that what we've been gifted with in this world is able to thrive. Not just survive, thrive. So it's been something that's been on my mind for the past couple months. You're not wrong saying that I'm going bye-bye, but the only thing that's going bye-bye is the channel. It's just, I'm not going to completely discontinue it or anything like that, but I'm not going to be streaming anymore. I'll still be gaming. I want to have the ability to, if something happens, right? Another snake comes in the house, or whatever it may be. But I want to have the ability to where if I need to leave my desk, I can leave it. If Boss Lady wants to go to bed early, right? I decide, hey, I probably need to sleep. I want to be able to get up and go do that. If we want to sit, we want to watch a movie one night, I don't want to limit the opportunities of that happening to just 2 nights a week and then the weekend. If we have to put stuff together, we have a fan that needs to get put together and put in our bedroom behind us. That hasn't been done yet because I gotta watch a couple videos and I gotta research and learn myself on how to do it. But again, that's something where I need to have more time. And the reason I need to have more time is because my daily schedule, this is what my normal day looks like. On a Monday or on a Friday, I wake up at about 6:30. It's an hour drive to work. I have to be there by 8:30, so I end up leaving here about 7:30. So I have an hour to wake up, however that may be, take a shower if I need to, eat some breakfast, make some coffee for the ride. I get to work, I work my work, and then I get off at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, an hour down the road, 7 o'clock is when I show up here. I stream on those days at 8 o'clock. So I have an hour. I have an hour to do anything that it is that Boss Lady needs me to do. If we have to go shopping or we need to go grab some things, to do that. And if we need to go over, I always let you guys know in the Discord, and that's okay. But that's something where those days, I have an hour, maybe 2 hours at tops when I get home. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I get home at 7. Typically, we're eating probably by 8 or 8:30. And then you've got 2.5 hours, because we typically go to bed around 11 o'clock, something like that. I have 2.5 hours to do whatever it may be. And that's all I have. That's all the time, the free time that I have in the day. Wednesdays, I've got a lot more because I have, I'm off. So I have a lot of the day. Like today, I spent most of the day outside weeding, picking up all the dandelions out of the yard, stuff like that. Going and getting parts for the Miata, for BB. But taking 3 of those days, taking 3 hours out of those evenings, is making it to where I don't feel as available as I need to be. So that's what the stream Twitch channel, that's what its future is looking like. It is gonna go. You're not gonna see any streams happening after Friday, this coming Friday, which is just for those that are on the YouTube video, the 9th. So May 9th, 2025. That will be the last stream. We'll be playing Forza. We'll have a big group, hopefully. Should be like 6 of us, 7 of us. We'll all be running around, riding our cars that we all like. I'm sure there'll be a few of them that are showing off hypercars and just going nuts. It'll be a blast. It'll be fun. But that'll be the last stream. So after that week, or after this week, currently, there won't be any more streams coming off on the channel. Now, Discord, still gonna be up. Discord is still gonna stay up, it's still gonna stay alive, I'm still gonna communicate, you're still gonna have the ability to see free games and talk and chat in the squad ups and such like that. Still gonna be a thing. That community and that part of it, I can interact and I can handle a lot easier. Because I can let, people can let me know what's going on, and then I can just let them know what's going on. If you guys want to do stuff, then okay, cool, awesome, great. So the Discord is good. That's going to stay up. Now, one aspect of the Discord that I'm sure people are curious about is going to be D&D. So for those who don't know, 6 months ago? No, we'll say a year ago, just to kind of preface it. So a year ago, we started a D&D group on the Discord with a bunch of players. It's been 2 years? Okay, that makes more sense. That's all I'll say, is at least a year. So 2 years. But we started up D&D group. We had a blast. It was a great group. Unfortunately, it reached a point where one of the players nobody really enjoyed having. in the group. Things happened. Said player, in a sense, acted like a 2-year-old, and ended up basically got banned, kicked, whatever it may be. He also kind of left himself, but is what it is. So after that, then we found out a couple other things that were concerning, considering one of the other players, and then also slowly after that, kind of people just kind of teetered off. We lost another player because they needed time, they needed space from all of us due to what was happening. And then a couple other ones ran into some situations where they had they were not available, which is okay. Again, that focus is somewhere else. It's in the IRL world, and I'd rather have that in IRL than I would have it in the virtual world. Virtual world is not going to do us a whole lot right now. The IRL world is what we live in. So if your focus is there, that's good. That's where it should be. This should just be a luxury, first world luxury. But that teetered all the way back. Then I started getting partially burnt out. I started also seeing that you people in our community who were playing D&D, you guys were making connections with other D&D players, skilled D&D players that, to be entirely honest and transparent, knew the rules a lot better than I did. And as much as I enjoy bringing new people in, there was a lot of, and it wasn't so much anxiety, but it was just, there was a lot of embarrassment on my end that although we played a very homebrewed method, a homebrewed situation, I didn't necessarily know the rules to what I needed to. So if somebody who had this high level character and it was very detailed and had all these different things came in and was trying to play with us, they would be sent for a loop with a lot of what we were doing and how I was handling things. So I was also dealing with a lot of that, and I didn't feel ready to keep going. We brought it back for a little bit. We tried to do some one-shots, and then we brought it into Terraria, where our group was building together and they were having fun, but there was a couple people that were running off and they were doing, because they were the people that knew Terraria. They were doing all the crazy stuff, taking off on all the bosses, and so the few people that didn't know how to play and were just enjoying the environment and trying to role play it a lot more and keep it more of the D&D type of thing. We lost our excitement, and it also reached a point where people wouldn't join in because there wasn't enough people in the group playing at that time. So they went and did other things because the group wasn't big enough. And that's okay, that's fine. Everybody to each their own. But the effect that had in the long run was I could understand and I could see that there wasn't, it wasn't a priority. It wasn't something that people were enjoying. It was just something to do when there was nothing to do. So that kind of went away because I'd rather somebody, do something that they want to do than do something that is boring to them, but they just decide they want to do it. So after that, D&D pretty much went silent. I was dealing with a move on my end. We were going here, we were going there, we were doing this, that, and the other, all kinds of stuff. And I respect all of those that were, I guess, waiting for me to get through everything. I respect you guys, and I thank you for doing that. But ultimately, I thought that the interest in D&D was pretty much gone. Something that I didn't necessarily, it wasn't on my mind. I didn't realize it was on anybody's mind until about, I think it was 2 days ago, when when one of the players was in our voice chat and actually made mention that they hadn't reached out because, out of respect of, me going through a move and such like that. So I didn't know that anybody was even interested in it. And so in terms of D&D, I'm fine with trying to bring that back. My concern, and this is where I really, my brain wants to say that it's not going to come back. My heart doesn't want it to go away, because the world that we're in, the campaign in itself, it's a very enjoyable environment, and there's a lot of silly things that can happen. It's a very open world. It's fun and enjoyable. It's a good time. But I don't think we can actually get enough players back into play and to stay focused for that amount of time. I'm slow, I know. I talk a lot, I know. I don't time people's turns to make sure that everybody has a small turn. I try to let people do things, and sometimes things go a lot longer. I don't think there's a big enough I don't think people have enough time, realistically. I really don't. So, that's where I'm sitting at in terms of that. So, summarize things. Twitch channel going away. Or at least it's just not going to be streamed on. I keep saying going away, but it's not. It's still going to be there. You can still search for it and see my stupid face and all my wonderful clips. Discord staying, and will be a place that I'll be active at and in. D&D, I think I'm not going to say that it's going away. I think currently right now it's on the fence, and the reason it's on the fence is I don't think there's enough interest to bring it back. I've heard one person say that they've been waiting to message me, but that's the only person that I've heard even mention it. And I respect that, but if you guys were curious about it, say something. Talk in the general discussion about it. Just because I'm not ready to DM does not mean that the interest or the desire to play D&D hinges on me as a DM. Like I said, when I took the breaks and stuff like that, if you guys want to do one shots or anything like that, you guys are more than welcome to. This was just all I did with D&D was try to introduce, and again, bring in an environment where somebody that didn't know anything could come in and enjoy, have fun, not feel like they have to know 110% of the rules or they're gonna get kicked out. Stuff where they could do the silly, stupid stuff that they wanted to. Let's see. Bubba saying, well, I ain't said anything because everybody who played dipped and got busy with other things, like you're saying. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying it's on the fence right now. I'm not going to say that it's going away. I'm not saying that it's staying. I mean, the campaign will still be there. I still know where everybody is that have been playing, and those that have not been playing, I know where they're going to be. So, it can get picked back up. I might do something where time has passed, just to kind of help streamline and smooth things in if we decide to bring it back. That way it's not like, oh, do I remember this, or oh, what was going on? But that there's a little bit of an effect of what was happening, and then now you have a new problem to solve. That way you can come together type of deal. Anyways, that's all happening. Okay? That's that. D&D's on the fence. Discord staying locked in. Twitch channel not streaming anymore. The last thing I'm going to say, this is the only thing that I'm still contributing towards that is going to change, is the Minecraft Java server. I am currently paying $60 a month for a 26 gigabyte server that, to my knowledge, only one person plays on occasionally. and that's not me. It's Goose. So I reached out to a couple people when, you know, the last month's bill came. A couple people said they would send me some money. Unfortunately, I never received that money. To my knowledge, I could be wrong. So yell at me if I did. But this is something where the house and what's going on here IRL for me financially, that $60 needs to stay in my pocket. So I'm gonna cancel that. Currently it's Vault Hunters right now. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna cancel it. It'll run out by the end of the month. And I'll put a post up in the Java server updates about it and such like that. So benefit is that if we ever decide to start it back up or want to do something else, if somebody else wants to pay for it, by all means, y'all can do that. Sparked Host is a great hosting website. Fantastic. Good pricing for the server size. They're updated servers, so they're not running old stuff, not old RAM or not old CPUs. They're good, they're quality. Customer service is good. If you ever decide you want to start one, get people together, go through them. Sparked Host. Very good. But yeah, Mayor disappeared and no one's seen him in 30 years, right? It's okay though. Again, IRL took focus. And that, I think, that's what everyone needs to take away from this. Is the Cray on Twitch is going away because the focus is no longer streaming. The focus now is life, living, making the best of it, making sure that we're thriving and not just surviving, making sure that those that are around us understand that we're present in the world that we're in and not run into a computer screen sitting and playing on it for multiple hours because that's where their friends are, or because that's where their happiness sits, is on that screen. And I think that's a big point, a big key. So that being said, I'm gonna get set up here to stop the recording. IRL, more important, significant? Exactly. I would agree, Bella. I would agree. But with that being said, I don't have the Cray outfit on. You've heard Celtic music in the background because I enjoy it. So get a taste of music you don't typically listen to. But I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much for 7.5 years of silly, stupid, hilarious, crazy clips. Memories that I'm never gonna forget. Friends that I would have never made had I not been through this. You know who you are. And connections and learning things about ourselves, not just me, but you guys as well. Learning things about ourselves and bringing ourselves into a level of confidence and a level of comfort with who we are, where now we can all, myself included, go out with an entire experience under our belt to talk about, share, and to use as we move on into our IRL lives, where that focus is now. So, I won't catch you later, because there's not going to be a later unless you're here on Friday. Again, Friday, Forza, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, May 9th. Yeah, we're playing Forza. You have it. You're part of the community. You're more than welcome to join in. Let us know. We'll make sure to get you a part of the convoy. And you can ride and rip around with all of us. I'm sure we'll be doing some racing, stuff like that. Who knows what we'll do. But it should be a blast. It should be a ton of fun. So, this is me. What the heck am I doing? I don't even know. You better have it ready. Oh, I have it ready. I have Forza all downloaded, everything. All of it. It's all good. Trust me. Oh, you talking about the Cray? Oh, you talking about the Cray costume? Nobody's gonna see it. Well, no, actually, no. Yeah. I'll bring it. I have it. I know where it is. It's over in the garage because I wore it when I was messing with BB. Well, thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being unique. Thank you for being kooky. Thank you for being crazy. And thank you for sharing your lives, your minds with somebody who is just as crazy and silly and stupid as the rest of us. And I hope that you all have wonderful lives. I hope that you all have a wonderful upcoming weekend and rest of your week. And if anything, if you need things, feel free, reach out on the Discord for those that are a part of it. Don't be afraid to say something. Even if you need someone to talk to, if you need somebody just to listen, my name is up there on the members list. Send me a message. Even if you don't know who I am, send me a message. Hey, I need to get something off my chest. I'm more than willing to listen. I'll probably give you some advice that you didn't want, because I do that to Boss Lady a lot. But don't be afraid. Reach out to your friends if you need help. So thank you guys so much. I will see you all on Friday, and have yourselves a wonderful week. Bye bye.